I'm Ashley Love from T2BTV, joined this evening by Bruce Nairn, our producer from behind the camera. Don't be sad, guys, that it's the last race of the Annapolis Yacht Club Wednesday night races for 2016. If you're an Annapolitan who sails around here, fall is just getting started, plenty of more racing to happen. But also plenty of more racing to happen tonight. The J70s are separated by only one teeny tiny little point. T-Dance Snake is tied with newcomer Leading Edge, with Derecho and Urban Myth just 1 point behind them. Perf Zero, the Far 30s, and the Harbor 20 leaders' names may be presently solidifying in concrete, but there's still some racing to do in the J30s, where Valhalla struggles to hold off Cannonball, and the Allberg 30s, where T.C. Williams and crew on Argo is looking for the race of their lives to put them back on top. First start of the night, of course, is our Perf Zero and Far 30 classes. These are two classes where their leaders are clearly defined. It is deja vu from last week where Mike Beasley on Rattle and Rum is trying to sneak it in right at the last second without fouling on Gene. That was really close. Rattle and Rum is not a clear leader yet in Perf 1. Only 3 points separate them from Wanda, Christian Jensen's Viper 830.
So Ashley, how do you like my melodramatic music?
How do you find this stuff? It's great.
Well,
it's moving me.
I know. Well, you know, the start is everything. You gotta win it.
And Aunt Jean knows about winning. My gosh.
They don't know anything about winning the start.
But it doesn't matter because they still are crushing this series. And we heard from somebody internationally, Randy McMeekin of Toronto. He said his favorite part about watching the Annapolis Yacht Club Wednesday night racing is seeing how many people Aunt Jean can pack on each night. How many crew members?
Well, Ashley, this is a great breeze to go out on.
What a way to end it. You know, all's well that ends well, so Shakespeare knew.
You know, we didn't have one really miserable Wednesday night race all year. That's amazing.
No, we really lucked out. The J105s are up next, and 328 Mirage. Louis Salvesen has a 5-point lead, so it's basically a three-way battle for second here between Tenacious, Doghouse, and Bat 4. Back to the 70s and the 80s, Derecho crushed that start. They, so far, are leading this race. T-Dance Snake, who was winning this series so far, got a very bad start at attack early. The Etchells division is one of the, I think, the most competitive fleet out here. No two people have won a series yet. And Oh, there was an over early. Jose Fuentes has a 4-point lead over the competition, and it wasn't him. It was Make Mine a Double, Jeff Borland.
Make Mine a Double start.
The J70s and the J80s are arriving at the top mark at the same time. J80 rolling over the top of Moxie. He hasn't been out here most of the series, so he's not in contention, but right behind him, 207, that's one of our 4 that could win the series tonight. It's getting puffy out here. Puffs from the south coming from the bay are making their way into this river. They have a windward-leeward course, which should be very familiar to all these One Design boats. 365 is Joseph Matera's boat called Marcia. They've been very consistent so far this series.
An old mate from West River Sailing Club.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Sailed with him a million years ago.
The deck has been shuffled again, but Jose Fuentes is that magician with those cards and is around the top mark in first, in command with 51. That's James Reed's Boxing Day, close behind. Oh, tight maneuvers here at the top mark. Razzle Dazzle and Cash Money got into a little altercation there. That might go to a room afterwards. Who knows?
They don't. There's no room anymore, huh? It's beer money at the club, Ashley.
I'll buy you a beer afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a good plan to me. .317 John Sherwood. He's a fox on the water, according to his compatriots. He's the most veteran out here, too. Just turned 80 years old.
He's a perennial, not an annual.
Charles Eng Stray Dog is one of the few boats that never has to worry about the sun starting to go down early because they're always way ahead of everybody getting into the harbor. Mixing it up here with the Allberg 30s and the Etchels around their second bottom mark. The Allberg 30s are mixing it up too with the Etchels, second to none Harold Gambers.
The Allberg 30s are almost one of the first boats that do Wednesday nights, Ash.
They're definitely the longest running boat in the Wednesday night series. We're at the second bottom mark for the J30s, and Ragdoll has a late drop happening on their spinnaker. How many people can they get on it to get it down? Hurry up, guys. You are in contention for the lead in this series.
Whoops. So it was Insatiable that was first around the bottom mark in the J30s, I think.
Right? They had a pretty decent rounding.
A lot of traffic.
You got Perf 1, you got the J30s, everybody mixing it up together. You know, in Eastport, they say that the weekend starts on Wednesday. That's what I heard.
Absolutely does.
Yeah. It's racing every day of the week. And really, we just live the weekend all week long.
You're lucky you have your office in Eastport so you can qualify.
If any of the spectators were going to make it out, it's the last night. It's a good night to come out, including this new design by Genoa America. This is their Leader 40 with Nick Harvey and Marguerite Mitchell aboard.
Yeah, and also the spin sheet folks and prop talk people, from what I understand.
Yeah. It's dire straits down here in the J70 last mark into home. Leading edge 207, they decided to take their kite down. Moxie right behind them is going to try to carry it a little longer.
Hey, what does Moxie have to lose?
You got to be hiking out for that move.
Yeah, get your big carcasses on the rail.
Last can they have to honor before finishing in front of the Annapolis Yacht Club. I'm so glad they had a perfect night for this so they could finish right in front of our host.
Some of the first finishers on their way back out.
One last pack up on the way home, at least for Wednesday nights. There's still a lot of racing to be done for the year, though. Our series wraps up with the J70s. They came into this race with a four-way tie, basically, for first place, only separated by 1 point. Todd Hiller's leading edge will win this race and break the tie over T-Dance Snake and take home the trophy for this series, the last one of 2016. Anthony Flake's J80 Snowstorm. They had an incredible series this time around. They are the first ones across the line this evening. If they can put 3 boats between them and the Outlaws, they'll win the series, so we'll have to count. The Puffinator was the second across the line, and these 3 J80s will add up to plenty for Snowstorm to overtake Outlaws for the overall win. Congratulations to all of the winners and everybody who was out here sailing. I mean, there's no place like Annapolis. There's no place like the Annapolis Yacht Club. Thank you so much to them, the Boatyard Bar and Grill, my co-producer here behind the camera, Bruce Nairn. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next year, 2017. Can't get here soon enough. I'm Ashley Love from T2B TV. See you then.